Hey, kingdom people. Hey, kingdom people, kingdom people, kingdom people. My kingdom people in the house. Good morning, kingdom people. Come on in. Come on in the room. Thought somebody was right behind me. I'm about to say, you know what? It's so funny. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get security real soon. Kind of what I'm going to talk about. Not that per se, but yeah. Hey, kingdom people, how are you all? Hey, Wendy's World, sir, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. Kingdom of Light Ministries, thank you for joining. How are you? Come on in, kingdom people. It's coffee time with Latricia. This is decaf coffee, by the way. What is it? Iced decaf Americano with 3 pumps of caramel, 3 Splendas, and half and half cream. I normally get sugar-free vanilla. Only 3 pumps. I don't like it too sweet. But every here and there I get caramel. I try to avoid sugar. I try not to drink caffeine. Every here and there I do. I love iced coffee. I really drink iced coffee when it's in the warmer months. I drink it when it's cold too, but not so much. And I discovered, well, iced coffee is just regular caffeine. That was a problem for me. And then I discovered they do Americano decaf. So let's toast it up. Toast it up. Kingdom people. Go get your coffee. Go get your tea. Go get your water. Hey, kingdom people. How are you all today? So, kingdom people, listen. I was trying to get here. God was speaking to me this morning. I'm like, here we go. Oh. And so, man, it's been so interesting. I've been having some interesting experiences as always. But what God gave me is this. He said, prepare for what's coming. So what was happening, can't go into too much detail, kingdom people, because it's too, I'm going to say it like this. It was some things happening. And I'm going to put it like this. What I can say is this. As God is taking you into what he's taking you into, people will try to infiltrate your life, your business, your relationships. I'm just hearing you. People be trying to press, and get all up in your space and your energy and your life. They pushy. They be trying to impose. And a lot of times, kingdom people is people that you've already moved around. You don't want to have anything to do with, but they're catfishing you. Not always. Sometimes it's just who they are. But you might be getting some catfishes. But you know that that's what they are. And they're throwing out bait, thinking you're going to bite. But you know you being catfish. You know that these are some of the people that you've already walked away from. God is showing it to you. You're seeing it in your dreams. God is revealing things to you. You know, showing you what's going on. I literally had a dream last night. And then this morning, here they came. But in the dream, it was showing me what they were trying to do. And here they come. And I think that's so amazing how God will show you. I always think that is so amazing. How when these people be on what they be on, they just don't get, you know, what's going on. Even if you don't know exactly, you know it ain't right. You're not just getting ready to be responding and biting the bait, so to speak. Being catfish, so to speak. You're just not going to do that. And so, kingdom people, you got you some coffee? Okay. Is it hot or is it cold? So kingdom people, throughout everything, God kept saying, well, he didn't keep saying. First he was saying to me, He kept showing me. He's been saying this to me for a while now. You know, it's a saying, less is more. I used to hear that. I would hear people say that. It didn't resonate with me. I heard it, but I didn't like really get it. You know, it was, you know, but I would hear like, okay, less is more. So as of recent, God been saying to me, I can do a lot with a little. I mean, a lot. He keeps saying that. And he's showing me that. And he's doing that. And so what has happened, kingdom people, you know how God give us tasks, we take on these responsibilities, we moving into things that he's moving us into. What can happen sometimes, it can become somewhat a little overwhelming. Let me give you an example. Let's just say, or you may have heard of this. I'm reminded of Shark's Tank. Is that the name of the TV show? Yeah, Shark's Tank. And sometimes, and it ain't just on Shark Tank where this happened, but I've heard of these stories happening. Okay, let's just say you have a product, or you have a business with products. Let's say muffins. Let's just say you bake muffins. Need some good muffins. So you start selling them. You done created a business, you put everything in place and everything. And then you start getting these orders that are overwhelming, where they're too much, where you can't even produce them fast enough to get them out. You don't have the proper team in place. You can't even complete these orders because they're way beyond your scope of where you are. And so, a lot of times you just have to put things in place. So what's happening is, kingdom people, God may have given you a glimpse, or he's giving you a glimpse, or he's getting ready to give you a glimpse. And it's just a glimpse of what's coming. And it could be anything. It could be, and when I say anything, it could be anything that you're doing, and or it could be anything that you're experiencing that can be, when I say overwhelming, let me use a different word. It can be overwhelming, but God will also show you what comes with what he's taking you into, so that you can adjust. Sometimes he will even pull back some. He'll scale it back a little bit so that you can see what's going on. And he's saying to prepare for where you're going. Prepare for what's coming. He'll let you see a little bit so you can properly know what you're dealing with and what comes with all of this. And he's saying to prepare. Again, he can take a little bit, and he really can do that. Now I get what they mean when they say less is more. What I would say to that is that God can, like what he's been giving me, it's not so much less is more, but God can take a little and he can do so much with it. And he's doing just that. Now, I just have to share some things with you all. Some of the work that I do, I'm just keeping it real, kingdom people. I'm being completely honest with you. Coaching clients, helping clients, guide them through their process. That can be taxing. Kingdom people, I am not one who wants to take on a lot of clients. I'm just being real. Now, I will. And I like to point out, too, that I only work with people who are willing to do the work. Who are serious. And I know how to, detect that. There's a process in this. There's something you're looking for that I'm looking for. And I'm just hearing God just show me. But the thing is that I don't necessarily need a whole lot, because I don't have the ability or the capacity to work with a lot of people, particularly at one time. So I will only take on so many at a time. And not again, because I haven't said this yet, I do other things too. So the point is this: God will take the little few and do a whole lot. And what matters to me the most is that the work is getting done. What matters to me the most is that people are getting the help they need, and I'm properly guiding them. Because For me, it's not about me. It's not about me. For me, it's more, and I'm not saying that that's not the case with others. I'm just speaking of myself. But what I find is that God would give me the little, which I kind of prefer. And this is the thing, kingdom people. It can become much more than that. But the thing is this, I have to prepare for that. I have to prepare for that. And there's a lot that goes into that. So, kingdom people, God is saying, prepare for what is coming. Again, God is showing you some things. If you listen, if it hasn't already started happening, God is saying prepare, because he's getting ready to show you some things. And you're getting ready to know exactly what I'm talking about if you don't already know what I'm talking about. But kingdom people, here's the thing. God has spoken some things to you. God has shown you some things. You've been riding this out with God for a while. And I'm hearing, I have to say this because I keep hearing this. It's not even about you. It's about him and his purpose for your life and what he has assigned to you. And I don't know, I'm just, listen, I'm thinking of right now, them ones, because, you know, it's a thing where, kingdom people, I'm not big on, oh, where it go? You know what I'm talking about? Great. Thanks for confirming, sir. So here's the thing, kingdom people. It's a thing where some will call me secretive, but it's not that I'm secretive, I'm private. You know, even in being in the public eye, you know, I'm not trying to be, listen, I'm gonna put it like this. God's will be done. There are some things God told me, showed me, and as he see fit, let it happen. I'm okay with God scaling things back a little bit, because I'm going to be honest with you all, kingdom people. Some things have transpired. And since some things have transpired, it feels lighter. And I'm talking about on this channel. I'm talking about among kingdom people. It was some people infiltrating. And I made a statement not long ago. And things shifted since then, where it's not as many of you here. And it feels so much more lighter. Here's what God has pointed out to me. He did that on purpose. Now, them ones, there's some people in the background doing their little stuff, trying to stop block. Gotta let them think they doing something, but it's really him doing something. And you have to remember, even with whoever do what they're able to do, God allows people. No one can do nothing unless God allows it. I just told someone this morning, listen, everything is for a reason. The whole thing is this. When God said what he said, you believe it, you stand out of it. Don't you budge. Don't you move. Don't let this come doing this. And everything is for a reason. You have to just trust God. If he's scaling something back, it's for a reason. Let him show you. Let him show you what he's doing. I know for me, like I said, things have gotten a lot lighter. I have this thing, kingdom people, where before I exactly, oh my God, see, now you're ministering to me. I'm getting chills, sir. Like, for real. You just said, oh my God, that's what that is. Oh, thank you. You just blessed me with that. Because that's exactly what it is. I'm surrendering. I'm surrendering God to God. I told God today, this not about me. Whatever you want to do, because this is the thing. I don't belong to myself. I belong to God. I ain't here for me. I really am not. Now, I'm going to be presentable and appropriate. Absolutely. Because I'm kingdom. We kingdom people now. But this is the thing. Have your way, God. Let your will be done. This is not my program. This ain't my show. It's his. I'm just doing whatever it is he tell me to do. And I'm saying all that to say this. Something happened. Or something has been happening. And God said one thing to me concerning, I can't go too much into it for my own protection, but God pointed something out to me. And he said that that's happening because they can see it coming. See, some people will stalk. They be trying to see. They think they blocking stuff. Not really. God is in control. God is sovereign. He's in control. He has it all in control. And again, whatever is happening for a reason. And right now, God is saying, prepare for what's coming. But back to what I was saying, it's a thing where people, and I've said this before, and I have to say this, there are people who are looking at what you're doing, whatever you do, kingdom people, whatever you do. It don't matter what you do. Whatever you do it well. You know why? Because you anointed. And it don't mean you don't have flaws. It don't mean you don't have room for improvement. I mean, where people went, if anybody got it all together and got it all right and they don't need no more, I mean, it's like, what's the point? What's the point of life? Or, but what you do it well because God has anointed you to do what you do. And so what happens, kingdom people, is some people see that as you have some kind of a spotlight on you. And many of people, them ones, let me be clear, I'm going to say what it is. I got to just say what's on my heart. Attention seekers. They're narcissists, kingdom people are attention seekers. Narcissists are very demonic. Demonic people like attention because that's the only way that they're able to feed and feel worthy, good, if that's even a thing for them. Because what I've learned, they never feel good. Y'all know how we know that they had like to feed off of drama, and it's true. But even in that, it don't make them feel good. It does not make them feel good. That's why they have to keep constantly coming back and trying to feed. Because listen, anytime you're feeding off of or putting something out there, or in an environment, in an atmosphere on people that's negative and toxic, that comes back to you in the same way. I just heard 100-fold. So toxicity and drama does not feel good. I don't care what they said. I don't care what you had heard. Now, the truth is there may be an addiction to it, so it may trick you temporarily into thinking that it's good, but it's not. It's actually eating away at you. Not even trying to go too much into that, but for some reason I felt the need to speak on that, because there are people watching you, kingdom people. There's a saying that was floating around social media at one point. It might still be. I don't be much on social media no more like that, but it's a saying that says they're waiting for you to fall. They're watching for you to fall. And I always had this thing. I said, no, they watching for me to succeed. They're watching me to go higher. Your enemy's not watching for you to fall. They know you're not going to fall. They know you're not going to fail. Do they want you to? Possibly, but they know you're not. Okay, let me just put that disclaimer out there. And yes, I called it a disclaimer because it's the truth. Now, kingdom people, these ones want to be in your position. Now, this is my disposition. I told God this morning. I said, I have a thing, kingdom people, where a lot of what I do, I don't even speak on. I have family that don't even know what I do, except for what I let them know. If I do. I'm saying all that to say, you have to be private. Now, where that's appropriate. Put that in its proper perspective, kingdom people. Point is, I don't have a need, and I'm going somewhere here, kingdom people. I don't have a need need someone to see me for who I am, to know who I am, to see. Now listen, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I used to, but it was more from a place. I used to think that it was a good thing to be on something positive. Now, how crazy does that sound? Because it is a good thing. But I learned, I want to say the hard way, not necessarily hard. I learned that everybody don't care to see good and see you do well, to see you do positive things. I learned that trial and error, which is part of why I scaled back. And so I'm very private now. And this, let me tell you what's tripped out. Now that I'm private, now people want to know. They're trying to get up in there and trying to see. But for some of those ones, at one point in time, some time ago, those things that I have mentioned and shared, they didn't take too kindly to it. Now that I'm private and don't share, they want to know. You know, people be trying to get all up in your business. Now, going back to what I was saying. Hello, Maurice. Marys. I think I'm saying it right. Sorry if I'm messing your name up, but thank you for joining. How are you? And so, Kingdom people, this is my point. Let me get to my point, right? Y'all holding me up. No, I'm just playing. Here's the thing. I don't care to... What am I trying to say? I know the words, Kingdom people. Let me find them. I know what I'm trying to say. I don't care to... It's not about, see what I'm doing. This is what I got going on. I'm reminded of, you know how they say the best revenge is success. I don't believe in revenge. So I ain't trying to get revenge on nobody. And not just that, if whatever I'm doing and whatever you do, Kingdom people, should not be about what happened, what somebody did. Now I'm hearing, now it may be some kind of a sense of justice for you when you are successful in the aftermath of something that has transpired. But the thing is, you don't want to be doing it to prove to people or to show people who you are, that you can be, because when you're doing it, it's like you're spinning your wheels in a spirit of, this ain't about you and God and what God, the mission he and purpose he has you on, but you trying to prove something. And so no, that's a no. So here's the thing, Kingdom people. I don't even know. I'm kind of getting because it's so, it's in here. You ever have it where it's in here, but you just can't articulate it and express it and get it out properly? That's just how I'm feeling it. But I know what it is. So, man, listen. Happy Wednesday, Miss Shelley. Thanks for joining. It's a trip, Kingdom people. And listen, here it is. It's like people trying so hard to get in y'all stuff. And you don't want them in your stuff. Neither do you want them. And I'm talking about me too, but I'm putting y'all in it too, Kingdom people. You don't even want them in your stuff. You don't even want them to know what you're doing. You don't even want to, you want to just, it's like you want to keep your business. And when I say business to your stuff, I'm talking about if you doing businesses, if you have businesses, listen, this is one of my things. This YouTube. This ain't, people see this. But you don't, I'm not talking about y'all, Kingdom people. Don't know what I'm doing behind the scenes. So if you focused on this, anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't even want to go in there. But I think I have to talk in codes. Because although my channel has cleared out, and I like it, Kingdom people, I'm hearing again, God said I can do a lot with a little, and he's doing just that. And I was saying this earlier, let me make this point too. I pray before I, do a video or anything. And one of the things I ask God is that my message reach those who it's for, who needs to hear it. Let me tell you something, Kingdom. It ain't for everybody. It's not for everybody. And I get that. Let's just be real. It's only 144,000 of us. So I'm just saying, for example, if I'm speaking to Kingdom people, and let's just say you have to, let's just say if I had 200,000, what you call them, not even subscribers, because just because I don't want to go into all that. The point is, it's only for a select few. That's my point. So you can't be too caught up on numbers. You can't be too caught up on how many, because the point is for who needs to see it. Now listen, it feels a lot lighter here. Doesn't mean that they're still not stalkers still lingering. I'm a big blocker. Ask them. I lose subscribers because I block a lot. I don't care about that because I don't want, anyway, I think y'all get my point on that. I'm saying all that to say, from experience, God has shown me to prepare. You heard me start off saying I'm finna have to get security. I seen an image walking behind me. I seen an image walking and it looked like it was closer than it was. But the other part of that is, where did that dude come from? He gone now. But God had told me this some months ago. You're going to need security. I had this thing where God protects me. He does. But he let me know, prepare, because you're going to need security. I was talking to my honey today, okay? And he not with me right now because he's a businessman and he handles things, and he's just not, I don't want to say too much. But he is one of my security, by the way, when he's around. But security is more than that. But you have to prepare for what's coming. I know I'm kind of choppy because you know why, Kingdom people? Because I'm trying to be careful what I'm saying, because I have to get this message and deliver it. I'm trying to share some of what it is without saying too much. Yeah, it's a trip. Let me tell you something. I ain't scared. I ain't worried. God protects me. God has me. Let me make that clear. It's not one of those kind of things. Would they want me to be all panicky and all that? But I'm not. God been protecting me all my life. And just because it is what it is and whatever God is doing, it don't change that. God is gonna always protect you. He said he'll never leave you nor forsake you, Kingdom people. And he means just that, as long as you stay in alignment with him. You're so funny to me. You'll be cracking me up. Wayne's World. You're gonna have to block me. I would say something. You had said something some time ago, and I was getting ready to block you. And I'm serious though. Holy Spirit said, He told me no, but you end up moving. But it was, I said, I guess God had dealt with you. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm talking about. We ain't gonna go there. We Gucci now. We Gucci. But it's cool. You know, it happens. You know, it happens. But mine be more when people be coming hard. And sometimes I ain't gonna tell y'all no story. It could just be something stupid and just, I can't. You know, I just can't. I don't have the tolerance for any nonsense. Any nonsense. Let me get back on point, Kingdom people. God is saying prepare for what's coming. Listen, I'm getting this again. If you're not already experiencing things, you're getting ready to. Now, I'm saying something because that's what's getting ready to happen. If you're not already experiencing, on whatever level you on, wherever you at, wherever God has you, this is just a warning. Not a warning a warning to say, hey, be cautious. Pay attention. You need to prepare for what's coming, because God is taking his people. Listen, he might be scaling some things back to slow it down, to prepare you, for you to prepare. Because again, it's a lot, Kingdom people. And I've been hearing this today. For some reason, I'm not quite sure just yet what God is saying, but I'm hearing it now, and I'm being led to say it. To whom much is given, much is required. To whom much is given, much is required. God is giving you much. And I'm hearing you were faithful with a little. You have been faithful with a little. So he's going to give you much more. There you go. And he needs you to prepare for that much more that's coming, because you have been so faithful over the little. The little that he has given you, you have been faithful over. So now, to whom much is given, it's going to be much more. And it's going to be so much more required of you, Kingdom people. And listen, Kingdom people, sometimes God is preparing you. He wants you to prepare for what's coming, because what's happening is, again, like I already said, it can be overwhelming. It's like he's like, okay, I'm showing you what you got a little feel of it. I'm giving you little glimpses of it. But Kingdom people, to whom much is given, much is required. And what he means by that in this instance, I'm just hearing he is giving you the authority. You have earned that authority. You have a lot of authority. And because you have that authority, you have been given a lot of authority, there's a lot required of you. And you have to take authority and walk in that authority, Kingdom people. So you have to prepare for that. You have to prepare for what's coming. And I'm literally here because you're finna have to walk in that authority. You are establishing the kingdom. You are kingdom establishers, is what I'm hearing. You are kingdom financiers. I'm hearing you are kingdom disciplinarians. I don't know what that is. Authority. Authority, to whom much is given, much is required. Kingdom people, God is saying to prepare for what is coming. Let me get these scriptures. I'm just talking. 1 Corinthians 2:9. But as it is written, what no eye has seen, nor ear heard, nor the heart of man imagined, what God has prepared for those who love him. Kingdom people, I literally just screamed in my spirit. I literally just screamed in my spirit. Because what God is, well, he needs you to prepare for what's coming. Because what's happening is he showed you a little glimpse, or he's getting ready to show you a glimpse, but what it is, it ain't never even entered, and you've never seen it. No one has seen this. It has never entered into your heart. Nobody, you don't. He's showing you, he wants you to prepare for what's coming, but it's beyond that. And listen, it says what God has prepared for those who love him. You've been given this authority. To whom much is given, much is required, because you love him. You stayed the course with him, kingdom people. You sticking it out. Listen, somebody said this not long ago. I'm sorry, y'all. There's more comments I had to scroll. Dominion, come on now, somebody. Listen to you. That's what it is. And you all know he gave us dominion over this earth. When Adam was first, I want to say when he was first born, but when in the beginning, you know, Adam was given authority and dominion over this earth. And we still have dominion over this earth. Now, we in this world, God broke this down to me not long ago. We in this world, not of it, which means we live in the world. God did give the devil reign over this world. The world, which is why we call him and his ways the ways of the world. But God said, I gave y'all dominion over this earth. You, God's people, his kingdom people, have dominion over the earth. That's that authority right there that you can ready to walk into. To whom much is given, much is required. You have to prepare for what is coming. And he's saying here that no eyes has seen and no ears has heard. He's showing you glimpses. He keep giving me, he's showing you glimpses, but still living in that. He wants you to prepare, but even in them glimpses, you have no idea. And I'm reminded of doing it here, he can do exceedingly and abundantly. This is too much for me, y'all. I gotta go. Bye. No, this land. This is a lot. Whoa. It's heavy, because God is saying prepare for what's coming in this thick kingdom people. Some of y'all feel it. Some of y'all feel it. Some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, because y'all been feeling this in y'all spirit. And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And again, God may be scaling back. You know what God said? He even started taking you in that direction. He probably slowed some things down so that you can prepare for what's coming. The world can be enticing, but then you realize, I just had to tell a loved one this morning, listen. Listen, Linda. I'm like, look, you cannot be letting the enemy dangle. And let me tell you, I'm going to share a little bit of some of that. This is a person that I shared with them. I said, listen, your weakness is money. So the enemy will use that. Now, the thing is this, nothing wrong with money, but this is a person that is rich, or that's what God is taking them into wealth. They're a wealthy person. They already that. They just ain't in that, walking in there yet. But because right now, that's not what it is. And you know how it is. I'm reminded of Paul, how you have to know how to be content with little and content with much. But this person, they had a little taste of that. And God scaled them back some. But now God has them in his holding place. And he's doing something in them, but he's taking them into that wealthy place. And they already that. You know how some people, they just that. They just a star. And when I say star, I mean, you know, yeah, you have a star quality, you know, but it's not, you're not like the worldly kind of star, if you will. But you already that. It's just like God said, we are who we are, or we becoming who we are. We are already who He said we are. We just have to rise into it. I'm here and prepare. Prepare for what's coming. Prepare for who you are. Prepare for who you coming into, because you already that. He already, when before you was in your mother's womb, He already said, He dotted all His I's, crossed all His T's, and He like, nah, go ahead, go do that. So you preparing to come into that. But this person, I had to tell them, they explained, well, that's because of this situation and this. And I said, I know, I get it. They were being very truthful and honest. I said, and that's, even though it's not necessarily a weakness, it can be because the enemy will use it as such, because the enemy knows that about you. So this was my resolution to this person, my suggestion or advice to this person. You have to stand on what God said. You have to stand on what you know. You trust Him. You know what He said. You know it. And if you in this space where that ain't what it is, you have to just trust that it's for a reason. Sometimes you even have to say, okay, God, what's going on? What to do? What do you need me to do? That's okay to do, because He'll answer you and guide you. But you don't want to fall into the enemy's trap by him, like you said, enticing you, Wayne's World, sir. You don't want to, because he will use that. And a lot of that, listen, the enemy will try to entice you with what you already are. Well, he know you already are, but you just ain't there yet. You ain't walked into it yet. And that's part of how he'll try to throw you off course. It's kind of like what some call selling your soul to the devil. Because I guess, when you sell your soul to the devil, you get it quicker. But as we already know, that comes with a price. And did you really get it quicker? Because what you really get, because that one from God. So now that you ain't getting nothing quicker. You got tricked. You got tricked because you didn't wait. People want it so fast. But what's the hurry? It's like I said earlier. Some people just want to be, and I get it. It's not that I don't get it. Money can't pay away. Okay, because some people with some stuff. Celebrities is out here in some stuff. Some of them saying it, some of them not. Some of them keep it quiet because a lot of these people fear for their life. They got themselves in some stuff for some money, and not all of them, but for some money and some fame, because they want it fast. And it's understandable. And what I mean by that, like people that look like me, that look like some of us, that come from our culture, what we've gone through, how we've been in disenfranchised environments, and just what has happened to us as a people. Not blaming nobody and saying it's their fault, because even if it happened to us, it's up to us what we're gonna do about it. But the point is, coming from poverty and all of where we come from, it's understandable when you're trying to make it and you want to come up, and yeah, it's understandable. And that's where the trick comes in, that because the devil will use that. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be careful with that. You have to just wait it out with God. And part of the wait with God, and I'm reminded of those that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. See, God constantly renews you when you wait on Him. You might get tired. You might have to deal with a lot of spiritual warfare, but He will renew your strength. And then He say, you will mount up on your wings as eagles. You will run and not get weary. You will walk and not faint. So when that time comes, listen, you going to mount up and ain't going to be nothing nobody can do about it. When He say it's time. But you have to endure. You have to go through this process, because listen, that's your learning how to trust God. That's your building your stamina. That's Him knowing He can trust you. That's Him knowing that it's about Him and you and what He doing in you, and not about you being, flexing out here in this world for show, for status, for position. I'm here for power, for worldly power. And so, kingdom people, I think I might have got off track. Can somebody get me back on track here? There are no shortcuts. Absolutely not. Kingdom of Light Ministries. But they're available. But like you said, is that really a shortcut? A shortcut to what? I'm hearing a shortcut to death, a shortcut to a curse. I mean, you don't even really need no shortcut for that. I know some people that took the long way to be cursed. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. Kingdom people. God is saying prepare for what is coming. And listen, he gave me 1 Peter 1:13, and it says, therefore, preparing your minds for action and being sober-minded, set your hope fully on the grace that will be brought to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. Kingdom people, we have to be diligent. We have to be focused. He said preparing your minds for action. You have to prepare for what's coming. Because I heard a lady say yesterday, we all know it. New level, new devil. It's true. You have to prepare for that, which is kind of what I was somewhat speaking of as what I was experiencing, even though I didn't really go into the fullness of what that is, because I can't really. But it's a thing where they're already, I'm going to put it like this, enemies are already showing me they own my tail. They already showing me, because they even have a sense, and maybe some can see where I'm going, to the extent that they can, to the extent that God shows them. So they already, so it's like, I have to prepare for that. Kingdom people, you have to prepare for where God is taking you, whatever that is for you. And for some of us, it's not that kind of a thing. But I'm hearing, to whom much is given, much is required. Even if you're walking in authority, when you're walking in your godly authority, listen. These meat suits out here that are not of God, they recognize who you are. And so what does that mean, kingdom people? Y'all already know what kind of stuff we deal with. You have to prepare for that. You've been preparing really kind of somewhat for it all this time. All this time, because you've been dealing with it for quite some time. You think you can ready to go into what God has for you, and they ain't gonna come for you. Oh, they coming. They waiting. They already on your trail, on your tail. Kingdom people, God is saying prepare for what is coming. And again, he's saying preparing your minds. Listen to this. For action. He's saying for action. You got to be like, look, you got to be woke when you sleep. Now, kingdom people, get y'all rest. But you know what I'm saying. Because, you know, when you be asleep, you still be working. Your spirit do. Because I know my spirit be picking up on all kind of stuff. But I be resting at the same time for the most part. I be sleeping like a baby too. I told y'all I had that dream last night that revealed to me what was finna come to me this morning. And I don't even dream. I rarely dream these days. You know, part of the reason why I wasn't dreaming for a while that I know of, what God has revealed to me, is people were trying to mess with me in my you know, they were trying to get into my psyche, and so God, and then they would try to do it through my dreams. So he kind of shut my dreams down. But every here and there I would have a dream where and my dreams is him revealing to me what someone is trying to do to me. But I wouldn't even dream, or I would dream. You know how you dream, you sleep, and you knew something was going down, but you can't remember. You just can't remember, but you know it went down. So, you know, he allowed that dream to come through to show me. And that it was. And when I tell you hot on my trails, I'm trying to tell you. I'm just going to leave that at that, kind of people. So I had to share it with a couple of people, a couple of my loved ones. You know, God moved on me to just kind of let it be known. And one of them, you know, basically said, you good. They can't hurt you. And I said, I'm not concerned about that. I'm just saying what's going on, you know, because God had to make, you know, I had to make my people aware, you know. Because like I said, you know, I had to tell them, they don't only want to, they trying to, some of them want to hurt you. They don't want to just hurt you. They don't want to just hurt me. They want to hurt those. Listen, some of these crazy people will do whatever they can to get at you. Now, I know that sounds crazy because I started out saying how they on your trail. But they on your trail to take from you. Listen, I just heard the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He want to take it. He want to destroy you. He want to destroy. It's all discombobulated because I learned this years ago. One eye open. Wait a minute. One eye open, sleep. Something like that. But look, what you say, Wayne? Eyes wide shut, okay? Because my spirit be working in my sleep. You know, it made me think God gave me this depiction. How am I do this on y'all? God gave me this depiction. No, this been about a couple of months or so ago. Hey, I be sleep, and he said you be fighting in your sleep. It be like this though. You know how you could be asleep and all that's doing your hand. He just gave me this depiction. My arm just be, and I don't even be touching the people. I just be like that, be messing them up, kind of like Neo in the Matrix. Okay, but if I can, and when he showed me that, it resonated because that's how I be feeling, Kingdom people. I can feel, I don't have control over it that I know of. It's like my spirit man takes over, and what God have taught me is that his spirit linked in my spirit, you know, but I don't be voluntarily, you know, doing this and have control over it. Honey, I be sleep, I be knocked out, and while I be sleeping knocked out, my spirit be handling business. I don't want to go too deep into this, but I done been all up in hell teeing stuff up, okay? And some of it I remember, you know, I was more aware and conscious of, but I don't want to go too much into that. That's why I be like, these people is crazy coming at me. And they be crazy coming at some of y'all Kingdom people. We ain't gonna get too deep into it, but some of y'all know what I'm talking about because y'all stuff is deep. You know, y'all ain't no joke in the spirit. They don't even really know who they messing with. They really don't. But they finding out. They gonna find out. But you know what God gave me about that? He said that they kind of know to the extent that they do. That's why they're so obsessed with you, because they want that. You boss, Kingdom people. I keep telling y'all got that juice. They want that juice. They lack that juice. So they're doing whatever they can. Anyway, we're not finna get all up into the ones. I be trying to steer away from them unless I have to just hit at them. Sometimes you gotta hit at them ones. It's like, pop. Knock them on top of the head. Pop. Let me stop, Kingdom people. For real though, let's get back to serious business. Kingdom business, Kingdom people. Prepare for what is coming, Kingdom people, because God is taking you into your next. You know, God been giving me the next part of your life is the best part of your life. You being in training. He been molding you, making you being experiencing and going through all that. All that was for a reason, because he was training you. Now you have to prepare for what's coming, because he's coming. He's taking you into it. If things have slowed down a little bit, sometimes he'll slow things a bit down over here so he can help you pick up some things over here. See, God be helping you with maneuver and navigate. God is a bad man. Now, we know he ain't a man, he a spirit, but y'all get what I'm saying. He's bad. He's cold. I like to call, I be like, God is smooth. God's so smooth. But Kingdom people, he got you. He just wants you to prepare for what's coming. And it's coming. Now, listen, I got to say this. If anybody don't agree, exit now. No, I'm just playing. No, for real. Exit now. No, I'm just kidding. It's coming. Prepare for what's coming. Listen, this is how you know. It's being in your spirit. It's being in your spirit. God has told you, showed you, and you just know. I'm talking to y'all who know. I don't care what you're going through, what happened, what this is. It don't matter. I'm here to tell you, Kingdom people, that God is saying, prepare for what is coming. Okay? Because it's coming. It's coming. Now, what that preparation is for you, go to God. Let the Holy Spirit lead you in all things, at all times. He'll guide you. He'll show you. But it's coming, and God is saying prepare for what's coming. Okay, Kingdom people? All right. I'm going to leave that be right there, because I can just ramble on and on and on, and I really kind of can't, because in a little bit I have to be somewhere. But I had to come on and drop this message. Okay, Kingdom people, because God was like, listen, Linda. I kind of like saying that. Anyway, Kingdom people, I'm being silly. I'm being silly. Kingdom people, thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate you being here with me. Let me just look through some of these comments. Stop it. Okay, Wayne's word. I'll stop it. When you know, you know. That's like, listen, this is what God has been giving me, because I've been getting a lot of questions and just hearing it from other people. How do you know when it's God? How do you know? And I'm like, you just know. That's the only answer. I remember I would be like, God, at one point, I don't know how to explain to people how to hear from God, how to know it's God. I just know. And God told me that's how you know. That's how they know. You just know. You just know. Now, there can be some explanation behind it. You can break some things down that can help with that. But you just know. You just know. So this is for people who just know. You just know. And I'm not saying if you don't just know that it ain't for you. But you know, that just probably means you just gotta, get more in there and get some. It all depends on where you are in your journey too. But that don't mean discount the message. Because that I'm just hearing, I want to say it may be becoming a time for you to have to prepare for what's coming. But God said, no, prepare now. Because if you're hearing this message, it's for you. Even if you on the other end of things, I'm literally getting this. God is saying prepare for what's coming. If you on the evil side of things, evil things are coming to you. Prepare. That's what I'm getting. It's the truth. Prepare. I don't know how you prepare for God's wrath, but prepare. But for all my kingdom people, prepare for what God is bringing, what God is taking you into, what He's bringing to you. Prepare for what God is doing. God is saying, prepare, kingdom people. Prepare for what is coming. Okay, kingdom people? I'm going to let that rest right there, kingdom people. So you all, again, thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you for being here with me, spending this time. I pray that you all have a blessed, prosperous, and happy day, joyful day. I pray that you be at peace in your mind and your spirit, that you be at rest in your soul, that you continue to elevate and rise into who God has created you to be, and that you continue to walk in your purpose, and I'm here in your authority in Christ Jesus. In Jesus' mighty, precious, and holy name. Amen, amen, and amen. So, kingdom people, I'm going to go with that. I love you all so very much. Yeah, I love you. Have a blessed day. And I do have to go now. Thanks for being here. I love you all. Be blessed. That is my time, kingdom people. Jesus Girl is out. Peace. I'm sorry for